Hey, what's up, everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to get hit with the truth. So today we're doing the preview for the Tszyu versus Mendoza junior middleweight title fight that is taking place at 154 pounds and will be this Saturday, October 14th on Showtime, as it's taking place in Australia, technically, you know, on the 15th over there. Before we get into that, if you could smash the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate any and all support that I can get as I continue to build my channel here. So this fight, you know, we'll talk about the undercard first. It's just basically the co-feature that we're talking about, and that is featuring undefeated super bantamweight contender Sam Goodman, also from Australia, as he stays busy against former world title challenger Miguel Flores. Interesting battle right here, because Flores, you know, our Goodman is coming off of his career best win, the upset split decision victory over Rais Salim when he fought on Tszyu's June card, when Tszyu knocked out Carlos Ocampo. You know, he fought there and upset Alim, who was favored to win. Alim was kind of outboxing him, but it was a very close fight halfway through. It really was. You know, Alim might have been up by a couple points, but it wasn't up by a lot. And Goodman really closed the second half of the fight strong. He fought his ass off in the second half of the fight. He really kicked it in another gear. Where Alim didn't fight bad, he just kind of fought at the same pace he fought in the first half. And Goodman picked up the pace, and he was able to win the fight, and I thought he deserved it. That was a good, solid-ass win. Right now, he's the #1 contender in the IBF, so I think he's basically just waiting around for that title shot against whomever the undisputed champion is going to be between Inoue and Tapoulis, as they will collide for the undisputed title on what is it, in December is when that fight is supposed to take place. It hasn't been finalized yet, but I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be, you know, Goodman here staying busy against a veteran like Flores is good for him. I don't think, you know, Flores poses too much of a threat, but Flores is a decent contender, you know, and our Flores is a decent veteran to get in the ring. Flores, too, coming off of a little bit of a pick-me-up in his career. He hasn't really done much the last few years, but in 2022, he returned to battle Abner Mares in Mares' return, and he fought Mares to a draw. So, you know, he might be, you know, riding that, you know, a little bit confident here, coming in as the underdog. He knows he's the underdog. He's used to playing that role, and he's taking on the undefeated Goodman in Goodman's home country, and he knows that he's not expected to win, so he really has that nothing to lose type attitude, and that's good for him. But I think Goodman really proved himself. I think he really wants to make an impression in this fight, because I mean, who wouldn't want to get in the Inoue sweepstakes? And I think he's going to come out here and try to perform at the top level. I don't think he's gonna be overlooking Flores, and I think he'll get either a late stoppage, but more, I see a 10-round, you know, decision here, as he'll, you know, continue. As I said, he'll stay busy and, you know, stay ready for a world title shot. Now, the main event, you have Tszyu, the newly crowned, or the newly upgraded WBO super welterweight champion at 154, as he is going to do battle with Brian Mendoza, the WBC interim champion, as Mendoza's coming off of his monster upset over Sebastian Fundora, where he knocked out Fundora in the 7th round after losing every round to that point. But he landed a wicked left hook and was able to put Fundora away in one of the best knockouts of the year, and also one of the biggest upsets of the year, maybe the upset of the year. So, you know, he's coming into this one wanting to leave no doubt that he's at the top of his game. and he's more than just the B-side fighter here against Tszyu. But Tszyu has been hot. Tszyu, since his kind of lackluster 12-round decision win over Terrell Gausha last year, where he took a knockdown in the first round, and yeah, he just outworked and outdid Gausha and got a clean, convincing decision, but it wasn't like a flashy win. Well, since then, in preparation for Charlo, he really has been on it his 2 fights since. He took on Tony Harrison earlier this year and ran through the former champion, who was coming off of a big win. I admit I picked Harrison to win that fight, and Tszyu absolutely proved me wrong, and that was impressive. And he stopped Harrison in that fight, and then he took on Carlos Ocampo, who was coming off of a solid performance against Fundora last year, and he destroyed Ocampo in 1 round. So Tszyu's been on it. He's ready to go, and now he's a world champion at 154. So the only way to go is up in terms of his star power, but he cannot overlook Brian Mendoza in this fight. I did a breakdown on this fight a couple weeks ago. Go check it out, because I really believe Mendoza stands a chance in this fight. But I am picking Tszyu to win this one. I think Tszyu's going to win this fight by a late stoppage or a decision. I think Mendoza has a much better chin than people are giving him credit for. He's never been stopped, and I think he's going to come out ready to go in this fight, and he knows he already played this role against Fundora, so he's looking at that underdog role like, I don't give a fuck, I'm ready to fight. And I think it's a good style matchup for him, and we're gonna see who the better man is. I really believe that, but I do believe it's gonna be Tszyu. I think he's gonna beat I think he's gonna beat Mendoza in a good action-packed fight. And he might be able to overwhelm him earlier. But again, don't count out Mendoza and his power. And remember, Tszyu did get hurt and put down against Gausha. Now, it might have been more of a flash knockdown, but he did get stunned enough to get knocked down. And Brian Mendoza does pack a punch. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be good. But I'm going with Tszyu by a late stoppage over Mendoza, and I picked Goodman by a late stoppage or a decision over Miguel Flores in the co-feature. So that's this Saturday, October 14th on Showtime from Australia, Tszyu versus Mendoza. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate any and all support. This is True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.